Bingo, What's a woman attracted to? Stereotypically, muscles and money. Why? Well, because it has to do with providing and protecting. Makes sense because our species, unlike many other mammal species, our species gives birth to helpless young because we made the mistake, and I think about this every time my hip or my knees hurt. We made the mistake of getting up on our hind legs. I'm still pissed off at that decision, but somewhere back, a million or so years ago, we decided to get up on our hind legs, and we've been paying the price ever since. Well, especially if we go and live as long as I've lived, I'm in my 70s now. It's like, no, we weren't designed for that. But I'm not, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but we really weren't designed for that. But the point being, when we got up on our hind legs, hip structure had to change. And so the only way women survive birth is giving birth to a little baby. Little meaning helpless. Unlike, look what happens when a horse gives birth. A mare gives birth, foal comes out, and they're running in a few hours. So it's very different. So because of that, and not only that, but she doesn't have fur anymore for the baby to hang on to. So basically, women's hands are tied up with babies, and they need help. And who I'm channeling right now is somebody who just died fairly recently, Helen Fisher. Do you know that name? She was an anthropologist who wrote a lot about the sort of the anthropology of sex and mating practices, and she wrote a lot about that stuff. And I learned a lot by reading her. I never met her. Just died a few months ago. Anyway, so that phenomenon that women are turned on differently than men are, that's a feature, not a bug, as I say, right? That's like, yeah, that there's good reason for that. So if you want her to want sex with you, she's not going to be turned on by what turns you on. And it's amazing how many guys just don't get that. The guy will go and grab her ass thinking, well, if she would do that to me, that would be kind of cool. And she's thinking, excuse me,
I'm
I'm in the
making
middle. I've got
dinner.
17 things that need doing that you haven't paid any attention to, and you're expecting me to get all turned on because you just grabbed my ass. And we guys just don't get it. To the extent that we learn to get it, it doesn't mean we should turn into women, which generally speaking, women don't want us to, believe it or not.